Good morning, everyone. My name is Eltimore, and we are going to be continuing our playthrough of Avowed. Where we left off last time, we were in the Dawn Shore area. We've done the Strangle Route, the Godless Ruins, the Pargrin Cache, and we were about to start doing the Pilgrim's Path, which is what we're going to do in this video, I believe. But first, I did notice that we missed a fight in this region. We need to go this way. And maybe not get stuck. There was enough water there. Should have taken damage, but whatever. There is a handful of enemies I didn't realize just up here in this cave. Not very far from where we were. There we go. Problem solved. Heal ourselves up. Oh, we're already full. Anyways, we also get level 5, which is awesome. I didn't notice that there were enemies up here until I was just fooling around between videos, so. Let's level our character up. We're going to take Dexterity. Get that sweet attack speed up. And we'll grab... We have 2 points available, so we're going to grab... Get Toughness, I guess. It's not the worst one to have. And then we'll grab Steady Aim, rank 2. And eventually here, we'll get Marksmanship. Which I guess is next level. Cool. Did we already use our point? It says we have +1 point. Okay, no, we're good. Anyways, that was what we wanted to fight in here. There is a body I just saw, so let's quickly get the loot and a hazing note. Welcome to the club. Your first job is to bring us a bear egg. Don't come back until you do. Beneath the main text is the word idiot, scratched out but still faintly legible. Poor kid got hazed and then died to a bear. Bears do not lay eggs. Just as a heads up, if you are ever told to get a bear egg, know that you are not going to succeed. And you'll probably get eaten by a bear, kind of like that kid did. Looks like there's a bunch of stuff to explore in this region, but we're going to go straight for the Pilgrim's Path. That's kind of what we started last time and didn't finish. So let's go do that. Skipping past these two, who are in their argument about who gets to go into the cave. And it's me, I'm going into the cave. Looks very... Oh, I was going to say it looks very dark, but then I realized it's a zone transition, so of course it's going to be dark. Alright, fair enough. Let's go in. There is... What is that thing? Electric Lily Seed. Essence generators are mechanical devices that can be activated with shock damage. We don't have shock damage. I just noticed there's a thing in there. Yeah, but they can't get to us. Presumably this door is in the way.
Now we know why the expedition team abandoned that puzzle.
Why? For 3 things is not really that big of a deal. Okay, so electrical damage, right? These are called electric lily seeds. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that they're probably what we need. Highly conductive seed pods absorb latent electrical energy from the air around them. When disturbed, they burst and emit a powerful electric discharge. Or not electric, but powerful discharge. Alright. Not a super hard puzzle, I'm not gonna lie. Book of Verses. Aidnung, the bright star, spoke, and her voice was like a clarion cry, calling his soul forth. He knew her for the right hand of the shining god and was afraid. O wanderer, hear me, she spoke. You are known to us, and your deeds put you far from salvation. And he wept, for he knew his sins lay bare before this great illumination. Then Sargamas spoke, or Sargamas, whatever, and his voice swept forth with the heat and force of the bright day's sun. Weep not, for the child of light has forgiveness even for you, if you will embrace him. Armkey knelt before them and resolved to save himself and asked what he must do. And Modagun spoke. Her voice was like the songbird's final hymn, bidding farewell to the day's light. What darkness lies within you, you must cast into his light. Your sins will be burned from you until you are newly formed, reborn into his keeping. So spoke Modagund, but Aidnung warned him, saying, You have walked all these years into darkness, and now you must return. You will find the path like treading fire, and at every step you will be tempted to turn away, but no harm will come to you if you keep your faith. Bunch of strange names is all I'm saying here. But there's nothing else to loot, it looks like. Wait, thought I heard a shining sound. I lied, there's a backpack. Copper, iron pelt, vessel flesh. That's gross. We just stole some chunk of skin. Or muscle. Something like that anyways. There's a bear. Dead bear with a spear in it. There's some leaves. Spring bear. Wow, it's really cool looking over there. I hope we get to go over there.
Views like this remind me why I came to the Living Lands in the first place.
Look at that, it's very pretty. Oh. Well, we've got bad things to deal with, because something stirs here according to the weird voices we have. Alright. There's a thing.
Broken tripwire.
Oh.
Someone got clumsy.
Was it me? I often run into tripwires. Very frequently, in fact. They're the bane of my existence. I am abysmally bad. Oh, look at that.
That statue. How did anyone build that all the way down?
There's clearly a person right there. You can see him.
Whispers of searing light.
Thanks. Weird voice. I wonder if that's who we have to talk to in the end. Okay. Well, we'll find out very soon. Maybe? Maybe not as soon as we think, but hopefully. I heard the sound of something. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I'm insane. Okay. Anyways.
Want to sneak or fight?
Yes, we will sneak and fight. One dead.
Show me what you got.
2 dead. 3 dead. I think hunting Zorops with my gun is my favorite thing now.
I was just getting warmed up.
Just casually shooting poor Zorops. What's down here? I slid too far. Do we keep any... That's not what I meant to press. That was very stupid. Didn't mean to use a health potion. We do have alternate... Oh, that's not what I meant to do either. Okay, so we go... Arquebus. And then we alt. And then we go... Pistol. These are just better for shooting these things. Any more of them to shoot? No. Alright. And...
Quiet as the dance.
Surprise, guard. Oh, right in the face. Oh. Okay, we have grenades. Hang on. There's a backpack here with some random junk. Nothing exciting. How did I miss the actual wood?
Good one.
Killed some poor Zorop across the way there. Anyways, nothing over here. This, okay, if we go back this way, does this lead to that path that led to the Zarps in the first place? Yes, okay. I have an idea where we are now. Sharp shooting them from here. That's how I roll. What's this? Pressure plate? Daily affirmations of focus and efficiency. All errors can be reforged into lessons. Abaddon rebuilt himself from ruin. No setback is insurmountable, not even death itself, so long as the soul is dedicated to the task. Work hard. Work well. Abaddon demands only honest labor and forthright service. All errors can be reforged if your first intentions are pure. All ignorance can be reforged into knowledge. Master your craft. Excel at what you have been trusted to do. Do not offend your teacher by remaining a student forever. Each generation must forge its successors. Teach your trade to all who are willing to learn, and in doing so, multiply the fruits of your knowledge. All difficulties can be reforged into triumphs. Meet strife with humility and acceptance. Let adversity temper the ingot of your will, and you will never shatter. Embrace your station, fulfill the duties of your rank, and meddle not in the affairs of your betters. All guilds fail at their weakest link. All loss can be reforged into strength. Profitable works heal all emptiness. So long as you have the tools of your trade, you will always be able to forge wealth anew. Value the work of others, and they will value your works in return. Share the harvest with the hungry and your tools with the destitute. All souls can be reforged into whatever we will. Hard work is not exclusive to life. Death is no time for complacency. Commit yourself to excellence in this cycle and the next. I'm going to go ahead and say we not jump into that water, so let's just jump over there. Gonna take that tongue. Can't blow that up. It's apparently just a trap. Let's just jump over. I don't think I'm supposed to kill that man.
You're not my brother.
I am not your brother. No, that's true. I'm gonna go ahead and steal this essence potion though, and there's nothing else here of note. I'm gonna take your meat as well. Alright, what do you got to say for yourself?
I got to be dreaming. Oh gods, am I dead?
You'd be dead.
Is this the Beyond Spirit? Have you come to take me to Galloway's side?
The kid's in bad shape, but he's not too far gone. I think we can help him.
I'm not ready. I've never even touched a girl. It's not fair.
We can't let this kid die a virgin. Can you help him?
Not with that. No. Oh, you mean healing him?
No, I did not mean
Sorry,
that.
I'm all out of potions. I don't know any healing magic either.
Magic? I had to learn some magic, but only the kind that explodes.
That's the best kind of magic.
I don't want to explode. Please help me.
Alright, we'll use Dream Touch to heal him up.
Oh, that's the creepiest sensation I ever felt in my life. Like vines were growing all through me.
You're not a virgin anymore.
If it works, don't question it. And look, your wounds are closing up already.
Oh, wow. I feel leagues better. I thought for sure you were coming to take me back to the wheel.
Well, let's not
Who
get
are
too far
you?
ahead of ourselves.
What you doing down here?
I could ask you the same question. Are you with the Expedition Corps?
Free Expedition Corps out of High Crown. Yeah, that's us. Well, that's me anyway. The rest of those assholes went on without me after I got hurt. We'll come back for you once we've got the relic, Admin, honest. Horse shit. Yeda was probably hoping I'd croak so she wouldn't have to tell our freak how she abandoned me. All she cares about is that Oracle and his relic, which is probably just a big old dog bone if you ask me. He's probably still down there, fiddling with his statue. You must have seen it on your way in.
Tell me about Yetta.
Our captain, she's... I don't know. I don't want to talk out of turn.
Relax. You're not the first person to have a bad commander.
It's not like that. I mean, it didn't used to be. Yetta's not been quite herself lately. I've always known her to be cautious, careful. Now she charges forward recklessly. And she pushes us as hard as she pushes herself. That's how I got hurt.
Has she been short-tempered? Distracted?
Yeah? When we make camp, she has these terrible dreams. Wakes us all up with her screaming and muttering.
She's infected.
Can't be sure, but it sounds like the dream scourge to me, Envoy.
Anything I need to know about the Oracle?
I doubt I know much more than you do. I mean, you're godlike, just like him.
Come on, kid. Don't get starstruck now.
Well, he's touched by Eothas, right? And he's supposed to be old, like hundreds of years old. And I don't mean elf old, he's extra old, like Eothas has been keeping him alive or something.
Great. He's old. Anything else?
He used to receive pilgrims, but only the ones who could make it to him. This place, it's like a trial.
Yeah, we've seen the same traps and crumbling buildings you have.
And he's building something. A statue of Eothas, I think. But I don't know what for. I mean, after what Eothas did in the Deadfire, people don't come here anymore.
I'll go speak with the Oracle then.
He'll be the last one to have seen him, I bet. I'll just rest up here a minute before I head back to Paradise.
You do you.
Take it easy. No sense getting yourself into another scrape.
Promise, I'll take it slow. Hey, Envoy, for what it's worth, I really thought I was gonna die down here.
Given the extent of your injuries, you certainly would have.
It's a lucky thing you found me then.
I'll see you back in Paradise, Kidmon.
Right, yeah. You got those assholes to save and everything. I hope they're better off than I was.
Why? They left you here to die, man. You should just not care about them at all. Alright, well, let's continue on our way.
Seems like a good kid. Glad we could give him a hand.
Yeah, we helped him a little.
Maybe one of Juliana's girls will too. So, the kid said the expedition team was looking for the Oracle. I say we head after him.
That one guy we sniped? He had a lemon. There's another one we sniped over here somewhere, but it doesn't look like there is a dead body. Oh, hang on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Treasure. With some random junk. It's over here. We missed something on that side. Look at that. Okay, we gotta go back. It's gonna hurt. No, we're fine. Luckily there's a ladder. If we could just go around this way. Also, what's this? Another thing we missed. History of the Living Lands 1. Origin. The Living Lands do not exist, but certainly there's an island, certainly there are valleys, there are rivers, lakes, and mountains, there are trees and fungi in abundance. Taken together, do these not constitute the Living Lands? I will concede that they constitute the description of a continent, that this continent lies north of the equator, and that this continent is equidistant from Adir and Rauatai. I will concede that it is that the continent is real so long as you and I happen to walk upon it. We call this island the Living Lands, but the Living Lands is merely a descriptor of its attributes. A list of attributes does not alone make up a place. I believe that for a place to become real, it must have a name. For a name to be real, it must have a history. History confers meaning, and meaning is given to a name by its namer. But the Living Lands cannot be this island's name, because I have traveled its breadth, climbed its peaks, and delved its countless depths, and I have discovered that the Living Lands has no namer at all. Unless the words we use to describe this continent, the Living Lands, were given to us by the godless, unless these words have a meaning only they could comprehend, unless these words have a history that only they could know, and the aesity of thisness of this place was lost with them. Aesity, I guess? That's a word I'm not familiar with. Bunch of stuff, okay. Did we shoot through that box? Also, I'm getting some weird lag spike here. This box is not dying. There we go. I don't know why, but the game is very unhappy to go right now. Oh, we're encumbered. Maybe that's why. Alright, what can we get rid of? We should have put this stuff in our chest camp, but whatever. Let's break down some stuff. We don't need this. We do need the branches, so we'll take that for sure. Don't really need iron chunks at the moment. What else can we get rid of? We're using the pistols. I don't want to break down the brigandine. We could break down the we're wearing the cuirass. Alright, let's just get rid of some random junk. Let's get rid of some daggers. They're probably not worth too much. And maybe like the common axes. That puts us down to 147.62. Okay. Now if I go this way, we gotta get back down there. Okay. That's fine, we'll go around. It's not a big deal. Oh, I almost died. Because I almost ran over that trap. I'm almost certain that trap would cause us a bunch of damage. Let's go see what this is. Bunch of junk and a letter to Carlode. Carlode, I can find no more use to put my talents in our pitiless land, and so I must go. The water freezes, I create art from it. The water melts, my art dissolves. The water freezes again, this cycle once brought me peace. I looked upon my work and was comforted by its impermanence, and the impermanence of all things. I took comfort in Rimmergan's promise of the end, but even the ice carver is not impervious to the cold, and the new wind that blows from the north, from Kaizo, from the cracks in the in-between, chills me to my bones. There is something wrong in the world, Loda. Not even your bright smile can set the cycle to rights. I head to the living lands. The vitality that fled my art is gathering there, condensing. Now, a new chill rises in the land. A great conflict is coming, and our master will need his harbingers at his side. If Vatner returns, tell him to come, but my love, I beg of you, do not follow us. To serve our god most faithfully, I must still believe that you're alive. Lexi. My dude, you can't just tell your loved ones to stay behind while you go off on an adventure. That's not cool. I also think that maybe we need to turn down the graphics just a teensy bit. My system may not be able to handle this as well as I thought it was going to. Like, it still says it's going at 80 or something, but it's choppy, which is no good. Let's just quickly go to graphics. We have all the things on Epic. Let's just drop them. Well, I'll leave view distance up. Let's drop some things down. Maybe just shadow quality, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Let's see if that helps. Oh, it's much smoother now. Dropping that by a tiny bit helped it a ton. Perfect. Let's see what we got going on over here.
I see someone. Be ready for anything.
This looks like a battle arena.
My brother, can it be? Come, stand in the light. Let me look at you.
Largamus or Sargamus?
It has been too long. I had feared I was the last of us, but you... Oh, the very sight of you is a balm for the soul.
Sorry, I don't know who you are.
I am the Oracle Sargamus, servant of the once shining god, he whose light has lately dimmed. What brings you to this sacred space?
You named yourself after one of the early figures in Eothosian scripture?
Then Sargamus spoke, and his voice swept forth with the heat and force of the bright day's sun. Weep not, for the child of light has forgiveness even for you, if you will embrace him. I am that same Sargamus. Though it has been some time since a man has knelt before me and begged absolution, as Hamka did. The people do not hold to the gods any longer, and they do not hold to their servants. We live in a time of disbelief. The gods are absent, and have recalled their gifts from the world. Avarice reigns. Acquisition is the faith to which all men bow. But perhaps there is hope. You have read the Book of Verses, and we are here together, if only briefly. In this moment, we are not entirely alone.
I heard there was a temple of Eothas in this cave.
Be welcome, for you have found it. People like you and I once sought this place in moments of spiritual turmoil, when the world and our souls could not find rest. Moments of war, famine, massacres, when those such as us are called upon to speak the gods' wills and to lead. But I have seen not one of us these last 3 years, and it is rare indeed that pilgrims come to pray. Perhaps our meeting now is the work of immortal hands. I pray that it is so.
Why would godlikes visit this temple and not the temples of their patron god?
Godlike. Such a meager word for us, who are the gods' eyes and ears and hearts. We are the phenomena through which the gods experience the world. We are as like the gods as a finger is like a man. You and I, and our raptured brethren, we are the gods themselves.
That's all very poetic, but it doesn't answer the question. Is this place special to godlikes?
It had been once, when we were legion, but no longer. Our kind came here to find fellowship and understanding, in a world determined to bend us to its purposes.
I've always wondered what the purpose the Emperor had in naming me his envoy.
This is a heavy burden you carry, to be beloved of both a god and a god among men. I imagine one cannot help but wonder, did he elevate you for your skills and knowledge, your strengths, your accomplishments?
I mean, I was level 1, so no.
Or for what you are?
Probably that one.
You and I are instruments of a divine will. In choosing you to be his envoy, your emperor ennobles his purpose and tarnishes yours.
I'm looking for an expedition to my countrymen. Did they pass this way?
An expedition? I'm afraid I don't understand.
An expedition? You know, treasure maps, matching outfits, campfire songs, the works.
I am familiar with the concept, tomb raiding and the like. What troubles me is why they would come here. These ruins are not so different from the many others on this island, except that they are a good deal more treacherous. And this representation of Eothas we stand before, it is the work of my own hands. They could not hope to move it. Do you know what their purpose is here?
Do you really expect me to believe you haven't seen them? There's only one way through this place.
It's a reasonable question, I'll grant you. You must understand, this place has seen so few visitors for so long that I often retreat into my private quarters. To read, you understand, or pray, or sleep. Age has made me slow. I tire easily. I sleep now more hours than I wake. They could have already come and gone, and I would be none the wiser.
It's very suspicious.
In any case, you haven't told me what it was they searched for. Or do you not know?
They were searching for a relic you're rumored to keep here.
Ah, the splinter of Eothas. I suppose it was too much to hope they were here to examine these exquisite ruins. Truly, it is their loss.
What is the relic exactly?
The splinter of Eothas is a sliver of shin bone from my lord's titan body. It was carved from his skeleton many centuries ago. Yet long after the gods left this mortal world to claim their dominion in the beyond, the splinter is infused with the very essence of my lord's power. To illuminate without fire, to heal without injury, and to speak without voice.
Where do you keep the relic? I might find them there.
It rests in a shrine deep within this temple complex, beyond the reach of looters, visitors, or indeed, myself. The path to the relic has fallen to ruin. Some sections are flooded, and others are infested with all manner of creatures. Although, perhaps you might assist me with that.
If you're about to ask us to tidy up, think again. My place is a much bigger mess.
Oh no. I had something far grander in mind. You see, this construction beside us is no mere statue, but a reliquary I have built to house the splinter of Eothas in its appropriate grandeur. It is nearly complete, and ready for the splinter to be interred. But I can no longer reach the relic on my own. Return it to me, and who knows, perhaps you will meet your expedition along the way.
I'll return shortly.
I am most grateful.
I'm gonna look around first, but still.
Oh, and please refrain from touching my statue or devices.
Why?
May light illuminate your path, brother.
Alright, well, let's take a look around here. Sargamus. It's been some time since your last correspondence, and I do hope that you are still well. Have the materials and spare equipment for my lab proven reliable? You know how temperamental and finicky old equipment gets. I swear these machines have souls of their own, but I digress. I look forward to hearing the latest news about your progress. I have no doubt the completion of your project will change the world, and knowing you, it will certainly be for the better. That I had a part to play in this fills me with deep joy and satisfaction. Perhaps one day they shall write about us. I can see it now. The Oracle and the Visionary, a titillating tale of two thinkers and their thoroughly thought-provoking theories. On second thought, perhaps simply The Oracle and the Visionary will suffice. Eagerly awaiting your response, your friend Vitor. P.S. It is good that I forgot to send this after it dried. Olrask would be very cross with me if I did not relay once more that he is, and I quote, rather looking forward to giving Sargamus, oversized animate, a proper thrashing if he ever gets it functional. Oh, that Olrask. Until next time, my friend. Wait, what? What did you build? Is that going to be a death robot that we have to kill? I'm actually legitimately worried about that. What if I hit this button? I'm going to save. It didn't do anything. Yet. It didn't do anything yet. There's probably another button over here, honestly. Kind of looks like a... Nope, never mind. There's like a lot of sparking things going on here, and there's two separate paths. I don't know if they lead to the same area. They kind of look like they might. There's something back there. Bunch of junk. Okay. That's a long way down. Oh, wait, does this lead back to where we were going to go before? Kinda. So this goes around here. I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. And then it leads to here. We can't fall down there. We'll die. There's no way around.
Leave those people. They protect my devices.
I worry that you're making something freaky here that I should be worried about. If I keep shooting these, is he gonna get mad?
Careful, please.
Wait, this is traveling to Dawn. I thought that there was something up top because it looked like there was, but it wasn't. We're going up top. Really up top. We're going back out into the world. This is not where we wanted to be. But also... lockbox? With some junk? How did we not reload our gun? Anyways, money. Incomplete lecture. We're gonna come back here, I think, later. Kinda don't wanna... steal all of his food. Alright, let's read these things really quickly. Let's just make sure we missed nothing over here. Book. Incomplete lecture. How do I live if there's no consolation? When you left the world, I was emptied of divinity. I am now a slave to desire for it. I am unmoored from space and time. I am a body persisting until it's gone. Nothing. Is that what you wanted me to become? Oh no, you are experiencing trepidation about death. The farmer become God. It's a very long one. I'm going to come back to this one. Oh, it is added to our journal. We'll read it later. This one's quicker. The spine of this book bears a stamp designating it as part of the restricted collection of the Halls Obscured. It appears to have been stolen. Every page is filled with closely packed writing and illustrations. One passage reads, St. Widewind pursed his lips and stared down the glowering visage which peered at him between the stalks of Vorlas. He gripped the wooden shaft of his scythe, slick with sweat from his palms, the hands of a working man, which he was. Then you're Eothas then, he said. That I am, said the god. Then you know what I want, said the farmer, who was Widewin. That I do. Widewin unknotted the taut cord which restrained his ponytail and let the flowering locks cascade around his shoulders and rest over the shelf of his bosom. He winked and cleared his throat before winking again. I've got a candle that hasn't been lit properly. Eothas moved closer and the passage goes off abruptly with a series of jagged notes pressed deeply into the parchment. Eora is not ready for this. Oh, someone made a slash fic. Eothas / Widewin. Or Wadewin. I think it's Widewin. Gonna take that potion and head back down. Eora's not ready for this. That's funny. See, I thought there'd be something up there because it looks like those things are shootable, but they're not. That is death to fall down. Maybe not death, but we land in the water, and I don't know if that's where we want to go. We should keep track of these things, though. There's one there. That's where the shard goes. Let's steal the grog. It's over here. Nothing. We can go behind the thing. We'll read that book in a sec, the journal, but I just want to see what's up here. Electric seeds. I am moderately concerned as to what's going to happen. So there's one power thing that goes there to here.
Stop! These devices are fragile.
There's one up there for sure. Oh, jump. Good jump. Don't slide so far. Almost slid right off the edge. More electrode seeds. So we're going to be dealing with something in here. This is going to be a boss room for sure. What's down here? This is where it wants us to go. So how many of these electrical cords are coming off of this thing? There is one that way. None off of that one. There's at least 1, 2 off of that one. So there's potentially just 3 in total. This one, the one up top there, and then the one around that corner. I hope that's all 3 of them that we've known about. Because when this thing inevitably comes to life, because I'm almost certain he's made some sort of weird, messed up avatar. When it comes to life, we're going to have to kill it. And I'm going to guess we're going to kill it by killing those electrical things. Or we're going to have to survive like the expedition's attack and bring it to life to save him. One of the 2 things is going to happen. That's blocked. Apparently you can't shoot it open either. Let's go down this way.
This reminds me of the strangle route. How is anything this?
We don't have the most breathing, so we're going to have to be kind of quick underwater. There's definitely more things underwater, though. Like a clay tablet. This clay tablet is inscribed with a flowing vertical script in a language you've never seen before. Yul Hasiza, Yazuha Lu Yadez, Ragida Mi Gali Head, Sayapai, Enwitan, Kadid Yul Gapa Ubi. Sure. That's definitely words. And grab some air again. We're just going to check under here. Different room over there. Okay, I'm going to check up here first. Not seeing anything yet. That leads back down. Same area. I feel like there's a way through there and I gotta figure it out. There's a book here. Notes on Godless Language Translation. This... Sorry, random cough just hit me right away. This damn tome collects the Oracle's wide-ranging and often contradictory thoughts on the origin and translation of the Godless's written language. His musings range across the page at odd angles, at times clearly, carefully considered, at other times dashed off, improvisational, inspired. Arrows loop across the page to stab at phrases, and dates are circled and underlined with such ferocity the parchment tears. Given the book's length and density, it would appear the Oracle labored over the mysteries of the Godless for several years, before ultimately turning his attention elsewhere. A small sample reads, "The Godless wrote, that much is clear, but their tablets are, nevertheless, maddeningly rare. What few I find in the ruins appear to have been crushed, and the rooms that look as though they were intended to house Grace libraries are left utterly bare. And when I do find something of interest, it's rarely intact. The Godless came to these lands centuries ago, and some degradation of their tablets is to be expected, such as the nature of hand-shaped and fired clay. But they couldn't have been in the living lands for more than 2,000 years. I feel a mind at work here. Someone or several someones must have sought the writing out and destroyed it, which makes the possibility of translating their script only appear even more or ever more remote. The structures of their sentences shift wildly across the decades, or else I understand even less of their grammar than I thought. But my god, tell me what inspires a culture to suddenly shift from subject-object-verb to subject-verb-object, or to case their nouns and then, as if by fiat, to not? I feel at least one shadow of an answer must lie in the one complete tablet in my possession, and in a word that appears in nearly every fragment I find. Enwitan. Alrighty, well, I'm going to try to go back up top there for a sec. I feel like there's something. If we look over here, there's a machine there. That's what I'm looking for. I'm guessing we hit that. I figured there'd be some way to do this. In we go. Oh yeah. Look at that. It's almost like I played a role-playing game before. Bunch of loot. We are now encumbered and swimming extremely slowly. Can we get out of the water? Yes, okay, good. What can we get rid of? Let's get rid of the pistol, one of the extra pistols. It gives softwood branches, and we desperately need 1 billion of those. Oops, how did I... Didn't I do that? Oh, wrong button. I see. Let's get rid of that. Maybe the shield. Yeah, we'll keep unflinching duty. We should have gotten rid of the things. Oh well. Let's get rid of the common breastplate, I guess. Although we have so many pelts. What's our thing? 150. We're very close to being knocked down again. Let's just get rid of the spears. They're probably not worth anything. They also weigh a ton. And the great axes, we can get rid of those too. There we go. Now we're down to 121, and that's good enough for now. That's a grenadeable. Okay, let's go back across so we don't blow ourselves up. Swapping our thing to grenade. Through the door. Which leads to... Oh. Guess I could have gone that way as well. Well, live and learn, I guess. We wasted a grenade. Alright, looks like we're done there. Let's continue on our way. Now this is a library with much stuff. Waterlogged book. The writing in this tome is dense and spidery, and it advances across the page at a sprint as if the author's pen had been enchanted with a spell for celerity. Whatever mused and sorcelled it will never be revealed, however, for the book's fragile pages swiftly disintegrate in your hand. Well, that sucks. Great Western... We're not going to read all these, I don't think. We'll add them to our journal and continue. We might read them later. Some of these are just lore for the game. Snag them all. Put them in our inventory. We're going to have so many things to read. Oh, Jesus. That scared the shit out of me. Ooh, okay. Oh no, we're stuck. You got stuck in the door. Don't move. Stop twitching and die. Oh, you killed the other ones. Okay, thanks. Good job.
Good fight.
That scared me way more than it should have. Gave myself a friggin' heart attack.
Ready? Aim.
More books. This drawing details plans for the creation of a large statue powered by essence. The essence is intended to be injected into the statue by an array of enigmatic devices. Where such a vast store of essence might come from, and what a statue could do with it, is unclear. Yeah, he's making some sort of weird creature. That's just happening. He's going to use the splinter to do it, and he's going to create some sort of monster thing. What is that? It says to burn it.
Here it comes.
Do we keep burning them? I guess burn that one too. We already got that book. We did miss this backpack with some random loot in it. Nothing super exciting.
Aye, aye. Stand back.
Just letting him kill all these fire things. I don't know what they do.
Ready? Aim.
I feel like I should kill them because I think they're spider related.
Here it comes.
Well, he shot all of them, at least all the ones I could see. So I'm missing some. This room is very spidery. But just this part of it. Alright, well, we killed the ones we could see. Let's move on. Down here, perhaps? Oh, look at this. What lovely little houses.
6 years in Donshore, and I never knew something this big was under our feet the whole time.
I would hands down live here. This is lovely. Maybe with, less water in it, though. That person is very dead. Purification of the Pilgrim. I hope that in coming to this place, standing before the splinter and turning my mind to prayer, that I would feel something, that I would experience the solace the other godlike speak of, this state they call grace, but my dreams remain as silent as this eerie godless tomb, and I am ashamed to feel so lonesome and bereft. To truly love the gods is to be faithful to the void. That is what the oracle tells me. If I look outside myself now, here to the here and now, for that which I desire, that I will always remain unsatisfied. I must go down into myself, into the still, white emptiness, to discover that I already have everything I need. The many voices of wail I wish would whisper in my ear, even had I heard them, they would not be evidence of their love. That evidence persists in already my soul, in the void to which I have not been true, and it has been from the moment they plucked my soul from the wheel and gave it unto my body to be born. It is the chime. The chime is the evidence of their love, and if it is all that I ever have of them, then I should fall to my knees in gratitude, for it's more than most kith will get. But to know this solace that I seek, then I must give up any desire for their love and learn to love the void. Why is the game chugging? There we go. Well, maybe not. Sometimes the game just has a little bit of issues. That's a giant water beetle.
Next one's mine.
I think I killed that one. There's a shaman healing them. Not anymore, though. Okay. That wasn't so bad. We killed this one pretty fast. That was a giant beetle. Should we
Dream
go
scourge ahead.
up?
I hate to think it reaches all the way down here.
thorns beside violets, essence twisted out of shape.
Backpack with some random stuff. There is a dead body above us. I can see an X, but I'm gonna check around here first. Do we go that way? There's clearly a body up there. I don't know how we can get up there though. We jump here? No. The answer to that was a firm no. We cannot jump that high. We might have to go around to get up there. Possibly up this way. There are more houses. Oh, there's a... If we grab a electric seed, that opens up. How do I get there though? I must have to go to the other side. Because that's not a jump I can make. I'm almost certain. Give it a shot though. Oh, it worked. It totally worked. Kinda. Potion. Another potion. Nothing. Nothing. Alright. Chest. And it has health and some beetle shells and stuff. Nothing too exciting, honestly. There's some money in that giant one. Okay, so that's been unlocked. You kind of just have to jump around. No big deal. It's actually pretty easy to get up there. Alright. Now we get to go to this giant room, which looks very much like a battle arena.
A pulse beating out of time. Should it be disturbed?
I don't know. I don't have an answer for you because I don't see it yet.
If it weren't for the creepy oracle and the invading roots, this place would be kind of nice.
This place is very cool. What are you talking about? Do we activate that one? Okay.
Good eyes.
Don't know what that did though. Might have opened... I don't know. Let's go back down there for a sec. I'm not quite sure what that opened. Opened something above this area. Above that area is kind of over here. Maybe we need to get both of them. There's another one over here too.
There's the relic. It can't be as easy as just grabbing it.
No.
That must have been
That's a big chest. What is this? Turquoise pelt, primal flame, and some softwood branches. Not gonna lie, this didn't have as many enemies or wasn't as long as they made it sound like it was gonna be. Also, where's the expedition? It's barred. Potentially from the inside. The body there. Alright, let's see what happens when we grab it. We're gonna save.
The false item. It waits.
Something's moving in the main chamber. Take your best shot.
Those rangers. He tried to hit me. Did not go well for him. That guy did not quite die. Like his friends. But no, oh, there's a new Godless Executioner. Whoop. I'm out of there.
Next one's mine.
Where's my gun? Oh boy, this is bad. Easy there, Dragonborn.
I got it.
This is bad. Our pistols aren't nearly as good. Hello there. Switching weapons. Hello there. That one's dead. There's a ranger shooting us too, I think. That went straight through his shield. That's not cool. There we go. Alright, ranger time. Ow. Jerk. His body went flying. That was amazing.
Who's ready for more?
That was so many enemies.
We make a good squad.
Got a bunch of loot. Might have to do some more dissolving of items soon. Grabbing more stuff. That's still barred, apparently. Right, we still can't get in there. Maybe we go this way.
See, no one said anything about tight spaces.
Another book added to our journal. Just a lot of destructible stuff here.
This one's mine.
Don't get too used to the comforts of paradise.
What? We're not even close to parodies at the moment. What are you talking about? Dead body. Extra loot. That's the way we went out. Okay, anything else in here? Let's go take a look back in that tunnel. We got a little chest. Not hearing any sounds of loot. None of the gentle chime of anything. Okay, so we got the fake splinter. I think it said, or it didn't say. Hang on, let's take a look at our... Isn't this a main quest? Yes, it must be. Return the splinter. You found no sign of the missing expedition in the temple depths, and removing the splinter of Eothas from his plinth caused the ruins to flood. If the expedition is still alive down here, you better find him quickly. Okay, well now we have other things to do. I'm just added it to our things. B is the thing for the expedition.
That earthquake must have knocked something loose. Well, better a flood than a cave-in.
Alright, let's go up there.
Something's not right here. Take a look around.
Oh, I think they're all dead. Yet his journal. New orders came from Darren today. We're to be sent to the Living Lands. The Diplomatic Corps has established an embassy in the port city of Paradis, and they need support cataloging the unusual ruins here, or there. No doubt it will take months, perhaps a year or two at the very least. I promise Redwin I'd be in High Crown to celebrate Inesti with him, and the children, especially since it'll be Miri's coming of age. But how often are you given the opportunity to lay the foundation of a study for a previously undiscovered ancient culture? I'm sure he'll understand, and Miri, well, I think my daughter will be glad I'm home. It's not like the gods are making new continents. The world's getting smaller every day. It seems as though the moment I finally got my sea legs were pulling into harbor. And a charming harbor it is, despite what Darren told me, and not nearly so dangerous as the clerks in High Crown warned. I swear on the Queen, half my countrymen resent any city that isn't the Emperor's purely on principle. There was a letter waiting for me. When I arrived at the embassy, I suppose Redwin sent it before I left. The cowards filed for dissolution of our marriage, but he couldn't muster the stones to tell me to my face. Let him assume it never arrived, for I certainly won't dignify it with a reply. The whole episode has given me a blinding headache and a horrible pinching sensation right behind the eyes. We've had a few days to settle into life at the embassy, while the powers that be argue about how best to make use of us. While I was resting, the ambassador's clerk took the scouts to some dreadful little swill house in a rough part of town. Naturally, a couple of the younger lads poisoned themselves with alcohol. The mother in me wants to be furious, but I can hardly muster the energy. As long as Ulfric's avoiding his stomach in the canals instead of the bunkhouse, it's not my business after all. I think I'll take the team to Fort Northreach, see if we can't help their archivist identify the purpose of these godless ruins there. Blessed New Year, the team acquitted themselves well at the fort. With Caedmon's help, I was able to get down into the basement of the ruins there and take a good look at the construction. Naturally, I left notes I took at the fort. I feel like I can hardly even think these days, but I believe I remember enough of what I learned to write a satisfactory report for the ambassador. Could those ruins have been the site of a fertility temple? I mean, goodness, look at the shape of their buildings. The Steel Inquisitor attached to the embassy has uncovered rumor of a holy relic in a cave here in Dawnshore, and she suggested that we might want to investigate. I know I should be eager to get down there to explore, but I've hardly been able to get out of my bedroll since we returned to Paradis. I'll bet there's a curse tablet with my name on it that Rudwin's installed at the Temple of Skane back in High Crown. Nothing else could explain the hideous nightmares I've been having. Mushrooms erupting from my skin, my eyes replaced by quivering stalks, Miri turning into a tree, Rudwin splitting in half and opening like a flower. No matter what drug I take or to which god I pray, they refuse to go away. I collapsed while we were gearing up in the market, and none of the merchants would help me off the ground. One of them muttered something about a soul plague and ran off to tell his mates. I tried to tell the man I wasn't sick, just going through a divorce, but I couldn't speak. It was like my tongue had turned to mud. The Inquisitor pulled me aside when the boys got me back to the embassy. She was able to press the locals for more about the relic. Apparently, it was taken from Eothas' Titan skeleton, the very one I made my reputation discovering, and it's well known for its ability to heal anyone who holds it. I cannot delay any longer. I must find it.
Well, we found the expedition. Looks like they've only been dead a few hours. But how did they get in here? They can't have come the same way we did. We swam here. What's stranger is there's not a scratch on them. No sign of what killed them. It's like every member of the expedition team just collapsed.
The plans in the Oracle's workshop were too complicated to be for a simple statue.
You think he's building a what? A giant animat? I've heard of those, but I've never seen one. They're suits of armor brought to life by bound souls, right?
Yes,
The Oracle
exactly.
couldn't have put the expedition's souls in the statue of Eothas, right?
That's 100% what he did. He has much to answer for. Actually, let's crack knuckles. Let's go ask him.
Whatever the Oracle has planned for that relic, and for us, it can't be good, Envoy. Eothas is a dangerous god associated with Eora's bloodiest wars, and he recently killed thousands of people in Deadfire. Now, we have a piece of him, and we're about to face a maniac who wants it desperately. Tread carefully.
Right then. On the Binding of Souls. The margins of the text are scribbled with notes and references. The inkstained pages appear to have seen much use in earlier times. The removal and transference of souls is a practice both ancient and sophisticated. There is evidence that the Engwithans were particularly adept at this, yet few details have survived them. Someone scrawled Annals of the Peregrunan, pp 382-6 below this paragraph. What is known is that the removal of a soul is a difficult process, one that requires an expert hand and the precise tools for any chance of success. Early attempts on a test pool of 138 goats left most of the subjects with maimed or fractured souls. In all but 2 of the 11 instances where the soul was successfully removed, the essence dissipated before scholars could capture it. The words "transfer to holding vessel" are written and underlined in the margin. The process requires conductive materials, copper and adra specifically. Immersion in water is important to ensure that the soul is drawn in a steady and uniform manner, with no distortions or breakages. A warped soul is, at best, useless and at worst, unpredictable. An arrow points from this paragraph to a scrunched note. Extraction pool in CR 18 feet wide by 3 feet deep. We have since mastered the process of soul transference and have seen the benefits of infusing forged work with the essence of animals and wilder. What remains to be seen is whether we might see greater gains from using the souls of Kith, where we would procure the appropriate subjects and how much of each personality and autonomy we would want to leave intact in such cases. A string of notes winds around and below this paragraph, beginning with criminals, prisoners of war, and volunteers, ? And ending with forge guardians in block letters. These notes are crossed out and below them is written, "But what of the divine soul?" We apparently can't go in the fire. There's another lockbox here with more money. Not seeing anything loot-wise here so far. There's lots of pots to shoot. Okay, well I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. We know that they're dead, obviously. There's also a body somewhere we missed.
Why has he come here? Why does he build the idol in this place?
Good question, random voice. There is a body somewhere over there we haven't gotten to yet. We need to go back around for it. How do we get back to there, though? We might not be able to go get that. I think we might be locked out from that particular path. But we'll try, notwithstanding. I think this is where we fell in, so... yeah, I don't think there's any way back at this point. Nah. Alright, well, I don't think we can get that body anymore. Wherever it ended up. At worst, we've missed something relatively small. Or we might just be able to swim around, actually. Hang on. Don't want to miss something cool if we don't have to, but now we know how he got the bodies here, and he definitely did that himself. Luckily, this area is not so big. Back through here. Oh. Never mind, we can't go back through there. Alright, well. There really is no way to get back to that body. Fair enough. Well played, game. Well played. There's sound down there. Uh-oh, we're gonna drown. I heard a sound of, like, loot down there, though. I'm gonna check real quickly. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just going insane. Maybe I'm already insane. Okay, guess not. Let's go fight this big battle. I'm willing to bet this is going to be quite an interesting encounter. We only have 2 of the electrical things left, though. which is not ideal, honestly.
The flood could not stop him. Fealty or sickness?
I don't know what this guy's capable of, but I've got your back.
Let's try and get around him. You just stay there for a sec.
Lies like wasps.
Alright, well, let's just try and kill him. Maybe we don't need to break all the things. I don't know.
You have been gone some time. Do you carry the splinter of Eothas?
I found the bodies of the expedition team in your workshop. Did you kill them?
Ah, I did not expect you to be so thorough in your explorations. Nevertheless, I am impressed. As to whether I killed them, well, that is a matter of semantics. Does death occur the moment the heart ceases beating, or when the soul is broken upon the wheel? In one sense, then they are quite dead. In another, they remain very much alive. In either case, they have entered a state of change, and the impetus was mine.
You're a lunatic. You're gonna put their souls in their statue, aren't you?
Yes, you and you alone see my purpose clearly. You see, I have given them the opportunity to be part of something larger than themselves. With your help, I shall give them a new commission. To prosecute the redemption of a god.
It's a godlike's responsibility to hold their god accountable.
You understand me. What is the source of all suffering?
That's not what I meant.
Our division from God. Not our division from them, no, but their division from us. It is a wound the size of the soul, yet it gapes as large as the world. If we are to alleviate suffering, if the gods, if Eothas is to atone, we must give him a mortal consciousness. We must give him a mortal conscience. Or the atrocities of the Deadfire and the Saints' War will be but preludes to the horrors he will sow across Eora. Even the Redeemer needs redemption. Even the gods must be held to account. Eothas must be stopped.
How do you expect to redeem Eothas?
Do you carry the relic I asked you to collect?
Yes.
Excellent. The relic you have retrieved was stolen from Eothas's body. He is bound to it, or it to him. And before the events at Ukaizo, he would speak to me through it. He speaks to me no longer, but I believe he resonates with the splinter yet, as I do. If I am correct, when it is placed in the statue, the magnifying power of the Ardra will draw him into it, and he will be trapped. Locked into the reliquary with a chorus of furious souls acting as his conscience. He will finally begin the work of making right all the wrong he has done. All that is left is for you to place the splinter into the statue's chest. Will you do it?
You know what? This is a terrible idea, but sure, why not? You know what? I'm kind of curious.
Once you have placed the splinter into the statue, power my devices just over there. Together, we will observe.
I am legitimately curious to see what happens here. This is the worst possible choice, probably, but I really kind of want to see what this does. It just sounds fun.
There we are. Now, to fill the statue with essence. Do me the honor of pulling the lever, just there. And my lord will return to face justice.
It's gonna go so terribly wrong.
Oh. My god, Eothas. Are you there? No! It's not working! Something is wrong.
Well,
My lord Eothas has not returned. Something is missing from my design. Something I did not account for. It must be the chime. Without its ringing, he cannot hear the statue's call. My brother, will you join my holy work and lend your chime to the cause?
this isn't the first time you tried this, is it?
No. This statue, its purpose, it has been the sole focus of my every waking moment from the instant Eothas left the world. The elaborate construction you see around us was not my original intent. It came with time. All the result of many tests, and many failures.
But you kept going.
How could the world forgive me if I stopped? It seemed I was always a hair's breadth from success. Iron, blood, oil, ardra, essence. Now, the relic. The very body of a god. You see, there is always another parameter to adjust. But I believe success is near at hand. And you, rare and perfect you will be my last.
Sargamas, you must give up this mad plan. It's not gonna work.
You cannot ask me that. If you knew all that I have done, how arduously I have labored. No! I would sooner give my soul over to Rimagond and let it be trampled beneath his hooves for all eternity.
Whatever happened to Eothas at Ukaizo, he meant it to be permanent. He is gone.
That can't be true. Eothas cherishes Kith. He loves us. He wouldn't break the wheel and doom us just to satisfy himself. He wants mortal Kith to hold him to account. He needs it.
He thinks in aeons. Perhaps his plans are beyond our understanding.
No. You have beheld my statue. You have carried the splinter of Eothas. You witnessed my power and the power of my lord. My brother, please. Why do you make me doubt?
I told you the truth as I know it. I'm sorry, Sargamas.
But then, why did he leave? Why did he leave without me? What did I do wrong? Why does he not love me? Oh my god. What do I do now?
There may be other godlikes who survived the vanishing. Find them.
I have much to consider. Excuse me. I must pray.
Alrighty.
Follow us. We would speak to you.
Oh,
I've
okay.
always believed in second chances, but I've never seen a change of heart like that.
It wakes. A host. Form-given life. One day when we are free, we could return here, dwell in this body, feel the earth again. But it is a sprout. Fragile. It must sleep here undisturbed. A secret you could keep. Tell us, will you give us this gift?
Yeah, sure. The statue's yours.
A vessel to hold us. We will remember this. The Adra strains. It aches, a choking barricade of souls. Essence like mud, we cannot swim here. It must be flushed out. Free this obstruction. Then, when our prison bars fall, we will see.
Hey, Envoy. Back with us?
Yeah, everything's fine. Just, you know, learning about a statue. What happens if I pull the lever at the workstation again? I'm gonna save before I do it and we can reload if it does something bad.
New earth to till.
Oh, there we go.
New flower. We rest now. We must consider this.
Alright, so I think that's basically the end of this quest. Let's get out of here. And we will call it a video. That was an interesting quest. I kind of hoped the statue would work, but we gave the statue to the weird voice in the Adra. Whether or not that's good or bad, we'll find out in the future, I suppose. For now, though, I think I'm going to call it here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Take care.